Or on North.
Meeting's being recorded. Oh, good for you. Where's the audio now?
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We get this down a little bit.
Okay, is there a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? You have an add-on at this time?
No, I wanted to make an announcement that if anybody from Gerard City is on the line, all the Gerard City board agenda items have been removed at this time. So if anybody's online, they don't have to hang around for it. We've pulled all the Gerard City board agenda items.
Thank you. You made a motion, Mr. Berry, to approve the agenda.
Yes,
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Jim,
Yeah.
hold all the Gerard items on the board.
They pull them all off.
I pulled them all off. Yes.
Is there any additions or corrections to the agenda? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. Oh, we still have an election of officers. That was
Oh, did I leave that on there?
Yes, you did.
Where?
Number 3.
Did I get a
Roman,
Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, you're just following.
I told you I had an extra one. That's why I had that extra one that just said member, you know?
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of March 27th? Is
Thanks.
So moved. There a second?
Second.
Is there any additions or corrections to that motion?
Item number 6. Says that Mr. Berry made the motion and seconded the motion. So
Oh, okay. What do you mean? The motion,
number
what's the
6,
motion?
VI,
Nursing report.
nursing report.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you make the
Yeah.
second grades?
Yeah,
Who made the second?
Gotcha.
Bob made the second.
Who made the first?
I did.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure you get the right credit that. When you get these files sealed and microfilmed and sent somewhere.
Just the minor film.
Is there any other additions or corrections? If not, is there a motion, is there roll call? We had a motion.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Simon, Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. Okay, the next item is the health commissioner's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have my written report. I can take any questions on those items. There's a few things that I'm adding on that's not on my written report. The first is that the state audit is now complete. Although we don't have an official written report from them, and really there were no material findings that when they did their exit review with us. However, they did ask that we create an audit committee. And so I'm gonna be working on that. They basically said that I can form that. And since it's items that need to be shared back and forth with board members, I'm asking that, and you guys don't have to give an answer this second, but I would ask that 1 to 2 board members participate on that audit committee. So
And it meets 5 times a year.
we're probably gonna meet on a quarterly basis.
How many are on the committee?
Mainly it'll be myself, the management team, Jonna, Dan Dean, the ones that are always involved with involved in the audit. So we're asking for 1 or 2 board members. So give that some thought and just let me know who can participate on that. The second thing is that we are looking into funding for what's called the One Ohio Recovery Foundation. That is the settlement dollars that Ohio received for the opioid settlement. And, so we're looking to our region, we're part of the region along with Mahoning County. Our region requested that, we focus in on prevention strategies, which is what the health department's all about. So we're, viewing some of those and looking to probably seek some funding to help with some prevention strategies, that are spelled out in that, and we'll be applying for that. So I'll keep you posted as we do, submit an application and where we stand with that. The third thing I wanted to go over, and then I have one last thing, is the entire county is being transitioned over from our old system that we had for emails, and that to Microsoft Office 365. So our agency needed to become part of that, as it was a system that was 8 years and has become antiquated. So I did sign on with that with the county. So thus, we are in the process of getting that installed on each individual's computer. So when it's said and done, we will have a total of 39 licenses. And the 39 users is gonna cost us approximately $800 a month or $9,500 a year. The features in it that are different from what we had is this is now cloud-based, so it gives a lot more space. We have SharePoint capabilities that we can use within our organization or with the state of Ohio. And we went from 14 gigabytes of memory up to 99. So we have a lot more email storage. There was a problem with being able to retain a lot of our emails. We would have to delete them after a while because we'd run out of space to save them all. So this is gonna be a significant benefit to our employees for that. And the other main feature it has is it's interoperable with any device. So in the past, we basically had to, for others to see their email, there was a certain process we had to do to get that on their smartphones, or that now they'll be able to just be able to see any of their email and other services that Microsoft Office has on any of their devices without like the use of VPN. And so there are a lot of advantages to that, but I wanted you to know that, so as you start to see in the bills, as you're looking for moving forward, you're gonna see that monthly cost in there, and that's what it's for. And then,
Is there a monthly cost now?
no, I don't believe there was, correct, Dan?
No, not for Office 2016.
No, I didn't think there was.
Quick question, what did you say we're transitioning to what on the email?
Microsoft 365, Office 365. The whole county has done. I think we were one of the last remaining agencies not to have done it. And now, do we have everybody pretty much up and going on it now?
Yeah, everybody's on it now.
Okay.
It's,
So that's
they're done.
okay. And then, my last item is, as you know, in the past month, I had announced that, Kathy Perillo was retiring and that we were in the process of looking to fill that position. So we have done that. Behind me is Tammy Kraft. She is our new health educator. She actually just started today. I'm gonna have Tammy let you know a little about her, but she actually has a good background in the grant that Kathy works in. So she has a strong background in dealing with overdoses. And that's the two grants that she'll be assigned to it. So she's gonna be our new health educator. We have another health educator that'll be starting on the second of May. And that individual will be taking over some of the grant work that our nurses are currently doing as we're gonna be transitioning them into the new, the grant that we received for Family Connects that Aaron's gonna make mention of. So a lot of, a lot of new exciting opportunities have occurred again since we've moved into this building. That we've had the capability to do so. And I would just say, before I have Tammy talk a little bit, after the meeting, just make sure that you head out in this hallway over here and you can see we have all the nurses now transitioned over and into their new offices, including Erin's in her new space as well. So, even though it's been busy, it's been quite exciting here for us. And we look forward to, our new employees as well as these new opportunities of administering the grants. So with that said, Tammy? Yeah, I would stand.
Thanks. As he said, I have, excited to be here. Today's my first day as a health educator. Prior to coming on board here, I worked for the mental health board, and did a couple of community partnership grants with them. Most recently, I was the executive director of First Life Recovery and Substance Recovery for about 9 years. I oversaw their HR, billing, pension plan, detox facility, outpatient centers. I've lived in Trumbull County my entire life. I attended Ohio State and also graduated from YSU. And I'm excited to start today and start doing the education programs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Claude Fisher. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's my report.
Did you want to mention what you shared with me when I came in about the old building?
All that they're gonna have, it was on the commissioner's agenda today to vote to, move the coroner's office to our old building and then hire Baker, Bednar, Snyder to do the design work on that move. And it was for approximately just under $50,000 that they were gonna pay Baker, Bednar, Snyder to do that design.
Did it pass?
I don't know if it did.
I didn't
I
get to
didn't get to
listen.
watch all of it, I believe.
That's a pretty good figure in relationship to what they've helped us.
I have a question on number 4 in your report. See, you hired a landscaping company to do the landscaping, mowing and snow removal. Did you bid that out? Did we bid this out?
No, we did not.
You just hired somebody?
We tried to get 3 estimates and, we only actually got 2 estimates for it. And yeah, it's gonna be for 1 season.
Is this the same person that did the lot last year?
No,
It was tough to get any callbacks for whatever reason.
It was.
I called 2 people myself, 3 people, and it's tough to get callbacks. I don't know why.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
was discussed any further in the meeting that I was at, but I thought our snow removal
It
lot
was
for
adequate.
last year was extremely high,
right,
considering the
Yeah,
amount of snow that we had.
correct.
Did that-
We all agree with that and
Did that
they will
gentleman-
not be retained.
Was he one of the people that replied?
No,
Well, he asked if we had someone. And we said, yeah.
So who is the company?
Graham's landscape,
Graham?
Justin Graham, you know, I don't, I think he's based in Liberty. I don't think he's from Liberty. Justin Graham's his name.
Yeah. never heard of it.
Highly recommended by the Better Business Bureau, Jack.
Is that right?
His file is real thick. Accommodations. Any other questions for the health commissioner on the report? Is there a motion to accept the report as presented?
So motion.
Second,
I'll second that.
no further questions, roll call.
Mr. Adavazio?
Yes.
Mr. Dubus?
Yes.
Mr. Barry?
Yes.
Dr. Forster? Well, do you want to
Yeah,
accept?
We haven't been accepted yet.
Mr. Simon?
Yeah.
Mr. Messerschmidt?
Yes, this time I'll have a motion
Yeah,
to
I know.
accept this Dr. Firster to the meeting.
That would be,
Second,
oh, on the second.
Roll call.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Now, Dr. Purser, you're entitled to all the privileges and perks
Thank you very
that's
much.
going on in the meeting.
Waited all week for this.
I know you did. You overslept this morning because you couldn't sleep last.
No, the bypass was blocked.
That's something.
There was a queue on the bypass like 3 miles long. I had to go all the way around, but that's not for this
Do
meeting.
you need a map of Trumbull County?
I could have used one. I've never been a deputy and driven every road about 15 billion times.
Some of the leaves have changed color. Continuing on. Director of Nursing's next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I prepared my written report. However, I'd just like to add, today is, National Denim Day, so I have jeans on in support of this, cause that we, participate in. It's, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I did go to an event in downtown Warren, right before the meeting here. So this is, information about it and what Denim Day means and the significance of it. So I have that if anybody would like to take a peek at that. And then as, Frank pointed out, we do have a new, grant that we're gonna be working in. It is part of my written report. It's called the Family Connects Grant. So we're pretty excited about starting that, and we will have more information as it becomes revealed to us.
Is there a motion to accept the report?
So moved.
Is there a second? Is there any questions?
Who, I'm sorry, I missed who made the second.
Mr. Adamazio?
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? If not, roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. Environmental Director report.
Thank you. I've provided a written report. I would like to add that I wanted to give thanks to Frank and John and whoever else worked on it for the Eclipse event that we had out here on April 8th. Family members were attendance, some of the board members came. It was a nice way to watch the eclipse, once in a lifetime thing. So I just want to at least give thanks for all those who were involved. I didn't have very much to do with it. It pulled off a nice thing for everybody in the department.
Very good. Now, I noticed later on, there's a policy on tattoo inspections. We do have tattoo inspections now.
Yes.
Is this an upgrade or what?
No, it's original.
We didn't have any before, or we just dropped in the parlor and got a needle?
Well, there was nothing written down. It was all, we had something, not officially.
Okay.
It was very, very old, but what you'll be reviewing, the board will be reviewing is our new format and our new system for tab, but the other stuff was, I think it was on a typewriter. It's typed on a
Is
typewriter.
there any problem if some of them had violations and discovered there wasn't a policy?
No, because the violations are code based.
Any other questions? If not, a motion to accept the report. First or second by.
Second.
Thank you, Greg. Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus,
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
The branch coordinator report you have in front of you. When we get our new system going with the emails and so forth, you can send her questions if you want on it, when she's not here.
Oh, he's here.
Was she?
Oh, the grant coordinator. No, he's not. She's not.
She's not here.
I thought I knew the person.
Yeah.
Well, a few more days, she just knew. More worried about making new things there. Is there any questions? If not, is there a motion to accept the report as presented to us?
So moved.
Second by Derek Simon. Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one is, the accreditation coordinator report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I prepared a written report for the board. I'll take any questions if they have any. I'd also like to add that I sent out a thank you email this morning with a survey for everyone that attended the health equity event. There were a few board members that attended on Friday, but I did have emails. So I just wanted to thank you all personally that attended, and I was unable to email for making that event. Thank you very much.
The only thing I'll add to his report is that that session did count for the board education for this year. So if you weren't in attendance to that, it is recorded. We'll have to make arrangements for you to view that recording. So,
Can they review it 30 minutes at a time, or you have to have the whole swallow thing?
it's close to 2 hours, but I would say, you know, just let me know when you can do it, and we'll get it, you know, viewed.
There's 3 that were absent.
Correct.
Do you want them to all meet at the same time?
They don't have to, because I think it's gonna be near impossible to,
So just let them know so that you can
Right.
drop in for.
when they have some time, just to let me know.
Very good. I have a question on the community, it's on the second page. What is the Monument of Faith Ministries?
Monument of Faith is the faith-based organization that we chose to work with for the mobile unit rollout that we're doing with One Health Ohio. We wanted to choose a location where there was a high concentration of health disparities. And Monument of Faith is kind of centered around a lot of those health disparities. So we chose that location to bring a mobile unit to.
And that mobile unit provides what?
A tremendous amount of health screenings. Right now, we're just doing blood pressure and I can't remember. BMI and blood pressure screening initially, but they have the capability to do vision, dental, audio, and several other screenings. We've been trying to work with One Health Ohio for a very long time. Once we got a chance to meet with them and see their mobile unit, we thought it was, and knowing where those health disparities were, everything clicked. And we decided to go in that direction.
Good. Is there, who is coordinating the location and times when it's gonna be available?
So we plan on doing it quarterly. The Monument of Faith has several different locations throughout Warren where we're going to start. But we meet on, probably once a quarter as well to discuss that. Sometimes more frequently if we can't quite iron it out. And several different locations are chosen based on where those health disparity clusters exist, which is primarily in the southern half of the county.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Not a question.
Comment.
I attended the meeting, obviously, and I thought that Mr. Voniker did an admirable job on coordinating things. He and Frank handled it very well, went smoothly, was informative. And initially, you know, the way I am, I thought it was gonna be a waste of my time, but it ended up to be a very good session.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you, Dr. Preston.
And the refreshments were adequate. Which is a compliment. Is there a motion to accept the report? So moved.
I attended, I didn't either.
Roll call, please.
Oop, I didn't get,
You can look around. There are board members on this side of the table.
I
They're all
am.
eligible to make.
I didn't hear who did it.
Second.
Thank you.
Yes.
Roll call there first.
Dr. Förster,
Yeah.
Mr. Adavazio. Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messerschmidt.
Yes. The health educator report you have in front of you. You've attended a lot of things. Is there a motion to accept the health educator report as presented to us?
So the motion.
I'll second it.
Gosh.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Adavazio?
Yes.
Mr. Dubus?
Yeah.
Mr. Barry?
Yes.
Dr. Forster?
Yes.
Mr. Simon?
Yeah.
Mr. Messersmith?
Yes. Any board reports? No board reports? No old business? New business? Okay, the first thing is approval to attend the national summit meeting. Shannon Wells, I can't pronounce her name. Williger.
Feel longer.
One out of three got it right. Okay.
Yeah, so what this is. Shannon, again, in the transitioning we're gonna be doing. A focus right now with our emergency preparedness grant is on solicitation of volunteers through the Medical Reserve Corps. So I think you're gonna see in one of the other findings or items that we have on the agenda is that we also are partnering with Medina County on what's called a strong grant to enhance our Medical Reserve Corps, which we have a standalone Medical Reserve Corps. And so to assist Susan, who is our emergency preparedness coordinator, we're gonna involve Shannon in this. So again, this is her ability for her to get acclimated to the Medical Reserve Corps. And this is basically Nacho, which has a scholarship to send individuals to. So we want to send Shannon to this to get her going in the right direction with this. So others that have attended a similar training that they put on in the past really got a lot out of it. So we want to make sure that Shannon gets exposed to this opportunity as well. So since it is out of state travel, the board has to approve it. So I'm asking the board to approve this as it's presented.
Is there a motion to accept the approval of the out-of-state travel? So,
Second.
thank you, Mr. Simon, second. Roll call, please.
Dr. Forster?
Yes.
Mr. Simon?
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio?
Yes.
Mr. Dubus?
Yes.
Mr. Barry?
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith?
For the gentleman, are you from Gerard?
He's from Hubbard.
Oh, okay, good, because I mean, he might not get the message.
Yeah, I talked to him, told him it'd be like 20 minutes.
Thank you. I didn't want him to sit here and have the clock running and he had places to go. Okay, the next item, approval of the tattoo body piercing, policy.
Yeah, so, thank you. So as we spoke a little bit about earlier, this is the official beginning of the policy. We had a bunch of, different handwritten stuff and typed out stuff. Codes are what we follow as I spoke about, but this gives us a roadmap to where if somebody needs to know exactly what order we do things, this is what spells that out. So I'd ask the board to adopt this. As you know, the board adopts all the beginning of, this would be the first, once they adopt this, then we would, if we needed to, we could revise it at a later date.
Now, I noticed on the page 3, there was a 2023 application.
Right, that was one of the first things we revised. That tells you how long this has been in the queue to get in front of you guys. But I'll fix that. Okay, yeah. I will say though, so that in a fillable form, that can be changed per the license year.
Oh, okay.
It's just, when this all was put together, that was the 2023 form.
Are there any questions on this policy? If not, is there a motion to adopt it? So moved. Second by.
Second.
Right. Roll call, please. We're gonna have to put a buzzer under their chairs to make them pop their hand up.
Dr. Forster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Messerschmidt.
Yes, you have, excuse me, Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
do you have any idea how many tattoo and piercing parties there are?
Licensed?
Yeah, well,
I would say around, I'd say approximately 25 or 30.
I know there's a lot of kitchen tables that are doing.
Yeah, we do come across the prison tattoo, so to speak, but people are doing it in their garage and their kitchen, yeah. But 20, 25, 30, I believe, off the top of my head.
Okay. Has there been any major violations with them?
No, their Rod's really good with the tattoo artists and usually you can get them if they're doing something that doesn't look right, get them right back into line. No, thankfully, because it could be a real headache, as you know, with the bloodborne pathogens and so forth, but.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is, I don't think this is yours also, appeals and findings and orders, Harley D. DeGradio. Warren, Ravenna Road, Braceville, Tubman.
Yeah, so that's mine. So a brief rundown, you have the rundown in front of you. This was a real estate inspection that was disapproved in 18 and went through the process, eventually got to the administrative hearing portion of the enforcement. Did findings and orders. Ms. Delgado was appealing those findings and orders. I did speak to her and let her know that she has a right to repair the system. She would just have to let us know in writing, get an installer, get an idea what's going on to get that repaired. But she did appeal to the board, and if she's on the line, I would assume she has something to say about it.
Are you on the line, Ms. DeGradio?
Terry Delgado on the line? Oh,
No.
okay, so I gave findings and orders in 90 days to get a new system installed. She does have the option to repair, but I guess at this point in time, I would ask the board to affirm the findings and orders in 90 days. I don't know if that starts from today since she appealed. Robert, is go back when I actually wrote this in March.
When did she file the appeal?
She filed appeal right after. They must have crossed each other in the mail.
Yeah.
So it'll start today. Okay. So I'd ask the board to affirm the findings and orders of replacing the septic system at 3862 Warner Ravenna Road within 90 days weather permitting.
Is there a motion to that effect?
I have a question on the motion. I don't understand. If I read it right, there was a 5-year period. We didn't do anything. What happened there?
I guess the short answer is I don't know. My guess is.
And now
though,
we're
because we
in
have-
a hurry to get
Right.
everything done.
So, well, no, not a hurry. So what happened is
Oh,
there,
yes,
I
you,
actually,
way you have it here, it's a month. Isn't it? I read it earlier.
well,
We
the,
went from
yeah.
2018 to two thousand
right.
twenty-three.
So what happened?
And in 24, all of a sudden from, March 12th, findings and orders were issued March 20th, March 26th.
So this was originally, and I actually looked at the file and I did this when I was training William, when I was still field inspector, and it was vacant at the time. So it was vacant. So what we do is we wait till somebody's living there. We didn't evidently get notice somebody was living there until 2018, at which time the test was done completely. At that time it was failed. My best explanation is this file was found when we moved. That's why there's such a long gap.
Okay.
There were, because when we moved, obviously.
Well, I don't know what the deal is, but
So,
I thought when I
you're
read that,
correct.
5 years.
You're correct. So once we got it back on the radar, so to speak, then they get a letter that says, hey, you gotta do something with this. That's 30 days. 30 days later, so okay, now you've got 2 weeks to do this. And you gotta come into an admin here. If you don't do that, you get out, and now you get this. So
Well,
it
what
does work
impressed
pretty
me-
rapidly at the end.
Excuse me, what impressed me was she stated, now I don't know her, I don't know what her personality or how you would maybe perceive her, maybe she didn't come off truthful or untruthful, I don't know any of that. But she said she had King brothers. First she said she didn't know anything about septic systems because she moved from the city, understandable. Then she had King brothers when you first talked to her in 23, I believe.
Yeah, that was right after.
Yeah, January 23rd, 23.
Mhm.
Has she not been working with you guys or what?
Correct. The appeal that we received on March 28th was the last we heard from her. I had talked to her on March 26th. And she told me the story and I told her, you know, I explained, okay, well, it's almost doesn't matter how we got here, there's a nuisance. And then that's why I said, well, if King Brothers is working on this, then tell them to send us exactly what they're gonna do. You're allowed to repair and then we can retest it. And that would never happen. There is a letter in there that says King Brothers was gonna do something, but nothing ever happened.
Okay,
So this is the last thing we got in regards to this property was this appeal letter dated March 28th.
well, personally, my red flag was when it was 5 years, nothing been done.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We have, that's unfortunately, that's not that uncommon since we moved. When we went through all the files, a lot of these came up.
Thank you.
Is there a second to the motion?
If there wasn't, I'll second.
There was no motion.
Dr. First made a motion. Then Mr. Berry had a question. Come on, Bill. He jumped out.
Well, you guys need
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster, Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one is a variance request, Wayne Gingrich Jr. Lodge, Chapey Dodgeville Road, Green Township.
Okay, so this was mine. So, they applied for a variance. They want to do an addition and the addition, their planned addition will encroach on the 10-foot distance between their foundation and their well. So they're asking a variance from that rule. It says they have to be over 10 feet. Rod went out, looked at it. It seems reasonable. The well still be able to be serviced. And was fine, with the variance. And I'm also fine with granting the variance to encroach on that 10-foot, isolation distance.
Is there a motion to grant this?
He's not here. Like,
He is not here. I'm sorry. He called me about 20 minutes before the meeting started, said he couldn't be here.
okay.
Rod or Mr. Gingrich?
Mr. Gingrich. Rod is at a zoning meeting.
So moved.
Second by.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one is a extension of declaration of unfit. 8255 Lincoln Street, Brookfield, 15 miles.
Okay, thanks. So I don't know if they're on the line or not, but this is, this one, the board declared unfit, previously in September meeting. Brookfield Township requested that declaration be rescinded. Rod verified, and he's okay with the, declaration to be, rescinded, and I am as well.
What were they going to upgrade? I mean, what was the original violation? Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, it was unfit, so, I mean, it was probably the usual stuff.
But they did make the necessary upgrades.
They've satisfied what Brookfield Township wanted,
Okay.
and Rod agreed when Rod checked it out, so.
Is there a motion, Mr. Barry? For a second? Second. Any other questions? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Turning the page over, we go to item number L.
Mr. Chairman, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Does anybody know why all the declaration of unfit for the city of Gerard, why those were all removed?
Yeah, I do. Those got removed because there was an entry issues with the land bank. So we're gonna gather some more information, so we didn't want to, bring those to the board at this point in time without the full understanding of those properties.
Further question, what do you mean there was entry issues?
The land bank, my guy did not. You wanna answer this?
So we would, normally we would go out, investigate the complaint, make sure of whether it's habitable or not habitable. If we can't get into the house, we would notify Gerard or whoever made the referral. So we did that. Well, then, we later on had received pictures of the insides of these homes and everything else from people at the land bank. And we're trying to figure out how that happened. And discussed it with Chris, Frank, there were many conversations now, and until we decide how this happened, I don't want to use anything that was gathered as far as those pictures.
Okay, the next one on the list is, unfit for 6470 Rochelle, Hubbard Township, Sophia Fisher.
So that he's here now, so, I'll go through my spiel and then we'll organize. So, this one was brought to us by Hubbard Township. And he'll roll through the pictures. I got the presence of solid waste, gross and sanitary conditions. There's no here, structures in horrible condition. So at this point in time, I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented. But, we can hear from, did you say you're the son? Is that?
Yeah, I'm the son.
Okay, so you have the floor, I believe.
My name is Todd Fisher. My mother owned this house and, she passed away in '03. And then my brother moved into the house for years and he passed away. Now, I've been paying the property tax. All I need is the information. What do I have to do to get the house in my name so I can have it taken down? Cause I went to the fire chief in Hubbard and they said they would burn it down for a training, but I need the steps to know how do I go about getting it switched over to my name and with all the penalties or what other I may need.
Okay, so I don't know the answers to those questions, how you would get it in your name. But what I would tell you is that the reason we have so many of these is because the land bank has some money coming to help with taking these down.
Okay,
Sounds like you might have a plan with the fire chief as well. What the role would be today would be declared unfit, and then
Right.
when the land bank has money, they might be able to help you in
okay,
taking it down. How to get into your name, that wouldn't be this department, you'd most likely have to go down to the recorder's office and start there.
and Warren.
Yeah, in downtown Warren, I'd imagine starting,
I would start out inquiring with Judge Frederica's office. Go to pro.
I write that down.
That's what I
Give me that information.
Find out who's.
let me have your information, I'll find out, I don't know what Judge Reed is.
So
Yeah, go ahead, I'll get your name.
my name is Claude J. Fisher, CLAUDE, J for Joseph, Fisher, FISHER. And, I have a P.O. box in Hubbard, P.O. box.
Yeah, how about a phone?
Okay,
Phone, that's right.
okay, 330.
Okay.
301-0655,
Okay,
and that's my only account, I'm in Youngstown.
okay, I will, give me a couple days, I'll try to
Yeah.
find the information to give. to you.
Okay, I so appreciate it, that's my main thing, cause I know the house is unfinished.
Is it in probate, do you know, the house is
No,
in
no,
probate?
no.
Whose name is the house in now?
Under my, it's still under my mother.
Yeah.
So there was never a probate estate
No,
filed for it?
no. My brother didn't do it and I
What's probably
did.
gonna have to happen is you're probably gonna have to file that.
Okay,
So you're gonna need to get hold of a probate attorney
oh, okay,
or something along those lines.
okay. And that's all I need was some knowledge to know what I should do.
Yeah, I'll find out as much more information I can, and I'll call you today.
Okay, your name, sir?
My name's Chris.
You got a card?
Yes, sir.
Then I know.
Just
And if
ignore,
if I don't answer, just leave a message.
gotcha, ignore the address, we
Yeah,
haven't gotten
okay,
that card yet,
okay,
the number is correct.
Okay. So that's all I need. Now to get out y'all here and y'all finish up. Thank you so
All
much.
right, yeah, thanks for coming in.
A motion to
Thank you so much.
declare this unfit. So moved. Second by Mr. Simons. Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon, Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus,
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank
If you
you.
don't hear back in a couple of days, call Chris.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you so much. I have a blessed day.
You too, take care.
You gonna be able to find your way out?
Oh, yeah, it's a long way, but I.
Yeah, if you go out and make two lefts.
Two lefts.
Yeah.
Okay, then I hold.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ahead of me.
Your cards, Chris, don't have the current address on.
No, not yet. The person in charge that's doing the best.
Somebody's just.
Twice I tried to buy a vehicle from a salesman, and they had their name penciled in on the old name, and I wasn't interested.
They are in process.
They have been ordered.
They're in the mail.
Yes.
Yeah, new cards have the old address on, so.
Okay, continuing on. 6458, right next door, Beatrice Taylor.
Okay, so again, it comes from Hubbard Township zoning, presence of solid waste, mold and moisture contamination, gross unsanitary conditions. I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
Is anybody on for her?
Is anybody on for 6454 Rochelle?
Is there a motion to that effect to declare it first or second line?
I'll second it.
Has to be the next door neighbor, right?
Well, one was 60. Yeah, they're pretty close, yeah.
Same architect built the house.
Got the same cleaning lady.
Yeah, she retired too. Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Now, the next one is from Hubbard also, 6516 Ashler, Road, Marshall Hall Senior owner.
Okay, another Hubbard Township. Missing badly damaged ceiling tiles, water damage, present solid waste, mold and moisture, gross unsanitary conditions. I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
No one's present on the phone.
Is anybody present for 6516 Ashler?
Not. Is there a motion to that effect?
So move.
Second by
Second.
Mr. Barry. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Dr. Firster.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Next, yes. The next one's 3488 Oakmont, Hubbard Township, Keith and Linda Barrett. Oh. Used to be a fire chief in Brookville, wasn't he? Keith Barrett?
Kenneth.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay, so this one's Hubbard zoning, present solid waste, mold and moisture contamination, gross unsanitary conditions, and the basin was flooded. I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
Is that a house or a building or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
it has both of those.
There's a door.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Mr. Simon, roll call, please.
Dr. Firster.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one's also from Hubbard, 6963 Thornton, Frank Zambiani Jr.
Okay, so
Did I get that right, Greg?
I'd say Zambrini.
Zambrini,
I guess.
Okay.
You're close. It's closed.
Missing or badly damaged ceiling tiles, water damage, mold, solid waste, moisture contamination, gross unsanitary conditions, no electrical components. There's a note here that says home is falling in on itself. So I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
Is there a motion to that effect?
So motion.
Second,
Is anybody on the line for, I'm sorry, I jumped the gun there. Sorry.
Mr. Simon, seconded.
Oh, you did second?
Is there anybody on?
Is there anybody on the line for 6963 Thornton?
If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Dr. Firster.
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one is. Yeah. 6955 Thornton. Oh, the same gentleman.
So missing badly damaged ceiling tiles, holes in walls, ceiling, present solid waste, mold and moisture, gross unsanitary condition. We notice this horrible condition inside.
No outside picture of it.
I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Barry, seconded. He wasn't online for the last one, so he wouldn't be online for this one. Roll call, please.
Dr. Firster, Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one's 3875 Bellwick Hubbard Doors McLean. You're familiar with that address, Jack Bellwick, I used to have a bowling out there. Sure did. Building still there. Still there?
Okay, this one comes from zoning, Hubbard zoning again, water damage, missing ceiling tiles, solid waste, mold and moisture, gross unsanitary condition, no electric components. I'd ask the board to declare the,
It meets the criteria.
adopt the motion as presented.
Nobody on.
Is there anybody on?
Is there anybody on for 2875 Bellwick?
If not, is there a motion to accept that?
So motion, but I think you said 3875 instead of 2875.
Okay. Thank you for the correction. Did you make the motion then?
Yeah.
Second, by
Second.
first, your roll call, please.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Dubus,
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. And last unfit we have then is 1911 Hubbard Thomas Road, Mary Shield, owner.
Okay, last one from Hubbard zoning, presence of solid waste, gross and sanitary conditions. I'd ask the board to adopt the motion as presented.
Is that a Christmas tree? Hanging from the ceiling?
No, I think it's side with side. They can't.
Is anybody on the line for 1911 Hubbard Thomas?
Still look like the kids on that.
I know there was a bar in pharmacy that is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second. Second. Roll call.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Dr. Firster.
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio,
Yes.
Mr. Simon, Mr. Messersmith.
Yes. The next one is the tax assessment.
Okay, so there's 5 of these. Because we have 5 different levels that are on our O&M program. These are for homeowners that didn't pay to pay their permit, their operation and maintenance permit. They got a late letter, we're given a second chance to pay. And then per 37090991, the health commissioner can assess the fees plus the 25% penalty for Ohio revised code. So what I'm asking is the board to authorize the health commissioner would do that for each one of these levels, so we can go through them individually or do them all at once. I don't know how the best way to do it is.
Can we do all 5 at once?
Yeah, we've done it that way in the past.
I'd like to make that motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Questions? Chris, question. How's he, is this assessment put on their taxes or
Yeah.
how do we get their money? If they
Yes,
pay?
it's on their taxes,
Property tax.
property taxes, yeah, so it's always delayed. So we're in April, so I think we probably missed the cutoff, so it'll be obviously next year. That we would get it, I don't think the answer is yes.
Have we been successful in the ones in the past?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. If they pay their taxes,
All right.
we're successful, yeah,
Well, this is all spelled out in state law.
yeah.
So we're just following an Ohio revised code.
And what we do is before these get assessed, Lisa will go through them to verify all the addresses and everything, because even since this was printed up, some of them may have paid. So before they go out, they get double checked.
I mean, I read through them, just out of curious of how many that I recognize by their addresses. It took a while. I mean, that's what you have when you have black and white TV and nothing else to
I'm
do.
gonna ask if anybody's on for any of the tax assessments.
Is anybody on the line for any of the tax assessments?
Motion's been made, roll call please.
Well,
No
Mr.
further-
I think Mr. Adavazio had a,
Is there any other questions?
I just had a quick question, not right now, but at some point I need an explanation of what level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is, I don't understand.
So level one is in essence a septic tank to a soil absorption component. That's a $25 fee every 3 years. A level two is a septic tank with some kind of aeration to a soil absorption component. That's $105 every 3 years. Level threes are discharging systems pre-2007, which means are non-NPDES systems, which are the most current ones. Those are $125 every year. Level fours are NPDES systems, which we have to then send all that information to the EPA. That's the EPA's permit. That happened everything after January 1st, 2007. That's $175 a year. And level five finally is our temporary fixes at $125 a year. So if we know sewers are coming, we don't make you put in a full-blown septic system. You're on the program, you go out to check for it, make sure the tank isn't collapsed, it's a safety issue that they're pumping.
Okay, thank you.
And like that.
You said it, no,
We send it, but yeah, well, the first two are every 3 years. But levels 3, 4, and 5, between October and November, the bills go out and they're due December 31st. And then usually halfway through, if not in the end of January, we send the late fees, which would give them more time, and then we get to this point.
Any other questions? Roll call please.
Dr. Firster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Mr. Messerschmidt.
Yes. Uh-oh, I missed you. Okay, the next one is an approval. Oh. Approval for Susan Coleman to attend Center Domestic Violence Awareness.
Yes, I'll take that one. That is, again, what I had mentioned earlier was this MRC Strong grant that we did receive. I signed a contract with Medina County earlier this week. And one of the deliverables within that grant is the attendance of the MRC coordinator, which is Susan, to attend this training again on how to enhance and you best utilize a medical reserve corps in times of an emergency. So again, this is an all expense paid opportunity, so this is not costing us anything to send her there. And it also suffices a deliverable. So I would ask that the board adopt it as presented.
Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second, is there any questions on it? If not, roll call please.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Dr. Firster.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Simon. Mr. Messerschmidt.
The next one is a variance request.
Yeah, so this one was a late addition. The homeowners are in the process of installing a new septic system at their house. At this point in time, they can't get these soil absorption field in due to the wet weather. They want to move into this house, so what they're doing is they're asking for a variance to install a holding tank in essence that would be capped off, have a high weather alarm or high water alarm. Until they get a time for the field to dry out so they can get the rest of their septic system in. So I'd ask the board to adopt a motion as presented. There is a time frame of 4 months on it and no sewage will ever touch the ground.
This is the same thing we did to the Peter Allen in an event center in Kinsman.
Yeah, we've done it in different, over the years, yes.
Is there a motion to that effect? Full motion. Second.
Second.
Questions?
Yes. Are they in the house now?
No.
No, they want to move in and they can't move in now because they don't have any way of collecting their waste.
I didn't realize who the people were. I knew who she was.
Is anybody on the line for 8,000 State Route 305?
The township said
Hartford.
That's the financial planner Emery's daughter.
It is? Oh, okay.
They built a new house because the neighbors wouldn't sell their empty house. Need a motion.
No, we haven't.
Roll call please.
Mr. Adavazio.
Yes.
Mr. Dubus.
Yes.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Dr. Förster,
Yes.
Mr. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. Messersmith.
Yeah, this time, I would request to have an executive session.
Well, you want to ask
Well,
if,
citizen
citizens
Oh,
comments,
excuse me,
because there's two
citizens'
people.
comments. Is there any citizens who want to make a comment? None. Now, at this time, the executive session